Hey guys, I'm Hooked to Clash and today I'm going to show you some of the Yeti Zap attacks that I've been doing in Legends before. At the end, we will do a live attack for you all. I can't guarantee it'll go well, but oh well, should be something else for you all. But first, the army composition. So this is the army composition I'm running at the moment. Obviously, if I was doing it in a war attack, I would bring the super wall breakers instead of the normal wall breakers. And I'm also bringing the blimp in my CC just because I don't have max blimps, whereas as you can see in my siege machines, I do have max siege barracks, and that's the one I'm tending to use more. But we'll get into some of the replays now so I can give you all a feel for it. Ignore some of my battle log there. I've had a few disconnects today, so the log's not looking as good as it normally does. Anyways, this is a semi-common Legends base. I see it every now and then, and yeah, I've never hit it with Yeti Zap before, but I saw on this base, if I zapped this Scattershot, Arch Tower, Whiz Tower, Cannon here, that would create quite a nice path for my Yetis in the core, as I'll demonstrate to you later. But that's basically the premise of the zaps in this attack. The Yetis are kind of the exact same as normal, but it's about using the zaps to take out some core high value defenses that help your Yeti pathing and kind of keep them together, because as we know, Yetis under rage and healers are just unkillable. Just as long as you don't get them to split. I was quite lucky here that I lured the CC and it was easy to deal with. And as you can see, zaps go down there. Use the Quake to just damage as many buildings as possible. And you'll see there's no buildings left up in this area here. And that's going to let me guide my Yetis a lot better through the base. Sorry about that, I'm not speaking well. So I'll just quickly get through this warden going here, and once this air defense is down, I believe I start the Yetis. Yep, so start the Yetis and the bowlers. I'm not actually going to wall break them into the town hall, just didn't see any point in that, because obviously then they'll encounter the slow effect and like the Giga Bomb, which is you know, destructive at the best of times. And then the King and the Siege Barracks are coming in on this top side, and that's basically to force all the Yetis into the core. I do actually wall break here. That's just to make sure this single doesn't take out my Warden, and it got really close, so that was quite lucky. But as you can see, the funnel is just amazing here, because I've zapped all these buildings down on the bottom. The Yetis have nowhere else to go, so if I hadn't done those zaps, a lot of these Yetis would have split to the bottom, and if your healers run off with them, then that's a lot of lost value there. So by investing 6 spell space, which is a lot, I'm able to just I'm able to keep all my Yetis together, and that's just something you can't really put a price on or a value on. It's so important for these Yetis attacks, especially for maximizing, you know, the healer's output as much. The Siege Barracks and Hogs, with the Hogs and the RC, have come out on the top, and they're just going to clear all the flanking defenses. It's kind of fortunate that there was some multis on this base. Obviously the Yetis do better against that, but I actually have been seeing more multis in Legends recently. Be interested to see if you guys have had the same sort of experience, but as you can see, I've still got the Queen ability, still got the RC ability. I haven't wrecked the base, which is honestly the story of this attack. You'll find that you don't demolish a lot of bases, but a lot of the time it does a good job at just clearing it and doing it just convincingly enough. So there's the first triple there. I'll show you another attack. We're going to have to go a bit further down on the log here. And as you can see, this base, I'm sure you've all run into it before in Legends, honestly isn't one of the best bases, and I'm not going to use this base to tell you that this strategy is awesome and that you should definitely do it, more just to show you the sort of setup and the thinking I'm doing for these attacks. So you can see in the core of this base, there's so much value for zaps, but I decided not to zap any of that, because if my Yetis are in the core anyway, the pathing there is narrow enough such that I don't need to zap to help the funnel. So I'm actually going to zap this Expo, Arch Tower. I was going for the Cannon, but missed it, and the Bomb Tower. And by getting rid of all of that, it allows me to do a Warden Walk over here to increase the funnel even more, but also to do a Warden Walk with no rage, because as you can see, there is not a lot of point defense over there, and my Warden will be able to just cruise through all of that. And then I'm going to use my King and the Siege Barracks on the top side to make that side of the funnel. As you can see, I'm not very good with wall breakers. I think I've been slacking a bit since the Super Wall Breaker came in, and obviously that's my preference, just because they're just crazy strong at the moment. So yeah, the warden ability, is going through. I get that wall break, which is nice. And the king and the P.E.K.K.A. up there, once I put the siege barracks down, are just going to clear out that whole side of the funnel, and you'll be able to see the amazing funnel that's made for these Yetis and how it's basically impossible for them to not walk in at this stage. So the king pop his ability probably a little late. That's one thing so important, not to pop your king ability too late. And look at this funnel. Now obviously I think the Yeti still would have gone in if I didn't zap over here, but because I've zapped over here, like if the Yetis go into this compartment here, a lot of the time you'll find that they'll walk around the town hall and then engage all the buildings outside the core, like the ones I'm selecting there. But because I've got rid of them, the Yetis are just going to stay near the core for longer and longer, and obviously the longer that happens, the more likely you are to triple. So yeah, everything goes into the base yet again thanks to the zaps, and we're going to speed through this in 4 times because I think we all know what's going to happen here. The Yetis just beat the base. It's not overkill. Yes, it's not a max base, but I think I still would have tripled it if it was a max base. There's just enough at the end. And yeah, that got the triple there. Don't run this base in Legends, by the way. If you are running it, I find that I triple it a lot of the time with a lot of different strategies. And now everything's ready. We can go and try and do this live attack. Yeah, we'll give live commentating a go. This is my first attempt at it, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully Legends is nice to us and gives us an easy base, but Legends has never been particularly cooperative, and yeah, another case of that. This is one of those sort of box bases that's often really bad for Yetis, because it's just hard to control the Yetis inside the base, and it definitely could do that here. So I'm thinking the best path for Yetis in this base is probably through this single compartment up the top. So what I want to do is just try and control the Yeti's pathing with these zaps. So I'm going to zap the multi and the 2 expos, hopefully. I don't think I missed them. It's going to be hard to quake here and not hit the town hall though. Oh, I didn't even get the multi once. Oh well. Hopefully that's enough value, just the 2 expos there. Oh, I guess I could have quaked the CC and the other bows. Oh well, 30-second plans for you. So I'm going to use the king and the siege barracks on the 10 o'clock side here. Basically force my Yetis into there. I'll wall break the first layer, then jump into the town hall. And there's so much that they can reach from there, and just hopefully they get through that. We'll see how it goes though. So we've got to focus back on the attack here. Okay. King and siege barracks down. As soon as this wizard tower goes down, I will start my Yetis. This queen's on the outside of the wall now, which is actually kind of a perfect time to start. I hope this eagle doesn't hit the wall breakers. Oh phew, it didn't. That was close. The king, I'm hoping the king gets the enemy king. That would be really nice here. I'm going to hold on to this warden ability as late as possible. That's an annoying CC to deal with. That's a really nice warden ability for us. I'll send in the RC quite central, because the king's on the outside. I kind of want the RC to get these scatter shots. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of this strategy is you do only have the 1 jump, and as you can see, the Yetis are beating towards the outside of not really where I want them to go. The RC did good work. She's not going to get that other scatter shot though, and honestly, this is not going to get anywhere near a triple. Just not a very good base for it. It still is at this stage a pretty base dependent attack. I don't think it's incredibly base dependent, but I think it's base dependent enough that you shouldn't really expect amazing success with it in Legends. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a sad fail though. The first live attack that I've done on for YouTube is going to be maybe a 69%. That would be pretty OP. Yeah, oh, we missed it. I was just trying to get all my troops down. We missed it. That's a double fail in my opinion. I think you guys can see, hopefully from some of the attacks I've showed today, that it can work, But especially on bases that are box bases anyway, it's really hard already to funnel the Yetis, and 5 lightning and a quake's not going to help it on that sort of base. You want a base that's more like a diamond base. They're a bit better for this sort of strategy, but oh well, we gave it a go. I'll continue to do it a bit in Legends, and maybe we'll have another video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you did, like and subscribe, and join my Discord server down below. That way you can get alerts for YouTube videos, and eventually once I do start streaming, you'll get alerts for that, so you can come and hang out with me and make fun of me for these sort of attacks live rather than in the YouTube comments. Until then though, have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.